Hey, Pierre Miller here from Desert Dorado Pen Company. Yeah, don't buy this. So, why am I telling you what to do? Well, I was on Instagram for my business and just looking around, and I've been seeing advertisements from these guys for a long time. And yeah, I don't really chew gum. I don't know why I really bought it other than the videos look pretty good, and you know, where they show you kind of hand mixing gum and all of this business. And I thought, oh, it's kind of neat. And it was mineralizing. It's like a gum that's going to be good for your teeth. And I thought, haven't had gum in a while. Thought I'd give it a try. I'm telling you not to buy this before I go into any detail, primarily because it's too expensive. So this is their sample pack. 4 packages of, I believe, 18 pieces of gum per package. So you get this, right? So this box is about 2.5 inches square, about 3/4 of an inch thick. There, about 18 pieces. And the thing is, when I got this package, the first thing I noticed was how light it was. And I should tell you, I only have an opinion about this that I thought was worth sharing, because about 20 years ago, I used to work for Wrigley, the chewing gum company, as a research and development chemist. And in my experience working with Wrigley and seeing how things are done, I got a chance to see behind the scenes on how one of the biggest, oldest American companies does things. To make it short, I would say that for the amount of money that I paid for this, which is $50 for this, you should be able to get somewhere between, I think, at least 5, maybe 9 times as much material, as much gum for this, for that price. So just the price is what I'm talking about. This is dramatically too expensive for what it is for gum. Now, you could make the argument, oh, it's remineralizing gum and it's made out of all natural stuff and there's no plastics in there, but there's actually 2 sides to that. The reason why we use non-organic materials in gum manufacture is because, and this is something that I learned working where it was made, is that natural materials are not perfect for the demands of the job of gum. When you take out a couple of pieces of this, and so let me just take out one. So this is their mastic mint. All right. Oh dear. Okay. So I got 3 pieces, right? 3 pieces of their mastic mint gum. Let's see. At first, it came on a cold day, so it's pretty hard, and it would shatter the first day I got it, but you chew it a little bit and it heats up. And that's pretty good. Flavor is nice. Good mint flavor. One thing I learned, the reason why there's so much mint flavor in gum is that mint flavor lasts the longest. We all know about gum that doesn't have flavor, that whose flavor can't last longer than 30 seconds. We all know about that. Mint, molecularly, just sits well inside the matrix that we're holding it up in. But getting over to synthetics, the natural stuff breaks down. And so when I chew this gum, it doesn't really cohere right away, into a single mass. And after chewing it for a while, it doesn't stay cohesive. And so after chewing it for a while, it kind of separates into little bitty globules. And I know this because actually we tested for this. back at my old job, we would test to see how long this stuff would last as a single piece, because no, you want to be able to chew your gum for a while, don't you? We needed to know. This stuff starts to break up within minutes. And I'm not going to do it in this film because I don't want to put that on the internet, but if I spit this out, the way to get it, so the first thing that happens is it sticks on my teeth. Finds all the little cracks on my teeth, hangs in there, it's hard to remove. To remove it, you got to drink some cold water, and when it's cold, it'll be easier to peel off and separate, and it'll come out as little fragments. Now, so far, it hasn't lost its flavor completely yet, and I don't have that problem yet, but it is beginning to stick and it is beginning to dissolve, so to speak. The reason we use artificial ingredients when we make gum is that the artificial ingredients work better. You know, I like, wouldn't it be great if we used all of our natural cutting fluids in manufacturing, like milk and lard and such, but there's a reason why we have complicated chemicals with names that are hard to pronounce and spell. They work better. That's really it. This stuff is nice and all natural if you want to feel good about it, but if you want a long-lasting chew, your $50 could go a whole lot better in better places, in my humble opinion. So anyway, okay. Now it's starting to taste a little bit bad. I could run this for a little while longer. You know, depending on how motivated I might be, but anyway, I showed this to my partner. They said, "Oh, you bought hipster gum." So my $50 comes in this nice sample package. It's very nice. I got a sticker. And it comes with a book. Tips! Who knew? Who knew that I needed a book on how to chew gum? The natural saps that make up this gum become stiff and brittle in cold temperatures. This is normal. Okay, but you know, Winterfresh never had that problem. When Winterfresh was frozen, like outside frozen, it would fall into a million little pieces, right? Or double mint, right? But once you put it in your mouth and chew it, it comes into one piece and it stays one piece for a long time. While some may enjoy crushing the pieces immediately, I'd recommend warming the gum up in your mouth for a few seconds before biting into it if you prefer more subtle activation. Either way is fine. Chewing this gum for extended periods helps tone your cheeks and jawline. The longer you chew the gum, the more you work these muscles. This can help improve breathing and bring oxygen to the brain. You may notice an increase in focus and energy levels during these periods. I often chew a couple of pieces for hours at a time, especially when working, ostensibly selling overpriced gum. What else is got in here? I've tried them all, and Underbrush gum is the best natural gum I've ever had. The texture is amazing, and the chew lasts forever. I love how clean my teeth feel after chewing. For this money, you'd be better off buying a nice fancy toothbrush and some fancy toothpaste. Oh, and it comes with a letter from Nate. Nate from Nathan & Son. Underbrush gum only uses natural flavor ingredients. I intentionally prioritized function and health over having a few extra minutes of flavor. Chew with purpose, Nate. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but anyway, it goes on. It goes on. We got ourselves $50 worth of gum. So I noticed, okay, 18 pieces in the 4-pack. So I'd say if you're going to chew this gum, I think you need 3 pieces for a good amount of chewing. Some people, when they chew gum, you know, they'll chew 1 stick, a double mint, a juicy fruit, or whatever. Some people choose 2. Personally, With Winter Fresh, I prefer Winter Fresh to Double Mint. I would chew one stick. For this stuff, for this type of gum, with this amount of loss of mass once you chew, because as soon as you chew it, the first thing you start losing is the sugar. The sugar in the gum is what helps the flavor to stay. If you could figure out a way to take gum that's lost its flavor and incorporate a little sugar back into it, it's going to come back again and you're going to have a little bit more if you could figure out a way to mix that in. But yeah, it's 4 packages of 18 and you need about three each. If you're chewing this, each package of this is 6 servings, in my opinion. If you use 2 pieces of 9, 6 to 9 servings, and there's 4 in there. These guys tried to sell me a subscription. I know it's 2026, but I run a business too, and I don't think that's okay. A subscription, all right. You know, if that's for you, fine. But boy, oh boy, look at these pictures. They got some really smoothest teeth ever. Micro pearl powder. Sustained energy, stroke of genius. Ooh, focus gum. I wonder if it's harder than that other stuff that they were selling, you know, because what did he say? Chewing the gum will tone my cheeks and jawline and help improve my breathing and bring oxygen to my brain. That doesn't say why their gum is better, it just says why gum is better. If you buy into that, here's a list of all the stuff that's not in it. It's pretty good. Are we done? Okay. So anyway, you get a book, sticker, 72 pieces of gum, $50. Anyway, what you choose to do is up to you. Thanks for your time. All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm sure somebody's gonna say that I've been overdosing on my haterade, but whatever. So it's been about the normal. It's been about however long that video was, about 8 minutes, and the gum is starting to stick. You know, pounding itself into the crevices of my teeth. So I want to get it out. But you can't get it all out in one piece because parts of it stick and then parts of it pull apart. This is the problem. Okay, so I took it out. Oh, geez. And it kind of breaks into discrete chunks. And, well, you know, I've worked at a gum company. I've been chewing gum my whole life, on and off. This isn't really the way that I wanted to run. If I wanted my teeth to get better, regular dental visits and careful brushing and flossing will go a longer way than trying to chew gum to fix that. But to pass so that's the first argument I would say against buying something like this, you know, against buying hipster gum. The second argument is, well, what if you just want something that doesn't have any chemicals in it? Or something that's more all natural because you want to have something to do with your mouth while you pass the time all day. Well, if you want something to pass the time all day, there are gums that are made by longer, older gum companies with more experience, like the one that I used to work for, that have a million options, that have truly mastered the art of sourcing, manufacture, shipping, and economy of scale. Because like I said, for this stuff, I should be able to get probably at least six times as much gum for this price. Because I've seen how this stuff is so efficient to package. Because gum is extraordinary because it has a great shelf life. And the bulk ingredients are very simple and they also have very long shelf lives. So the supply chain has the potential to be extremely stable and very durable, which means prices don't have to be so high because you lose, from losing money into protecting your supply chain. because it's a durable supply chain. I don't know where they got their stuff or how they did it, but if you want to pass the time chewing something, there are better gums to chew. Now, if you want something that's chemical free, there are other things that a person could chew in their mouths that pass the time just as well. You could do cardamom seeds. You could take a piece of what was it? I've seen some people do ginger. You peel some ginger, chew that. Once you get the juice out of the ginger, it's just kind of a fibrous mass that stays there. You can swallow it when you're done. It won't mess up your digestion. The ginger is going to help your digestion. It's cheap. And it'll give you a real pick-me-up, because if you've ever had raw ginger before, let me tell you, you're living life if you do. So there are things out there if you want an all-natural sort of way of passing the time with your mouth. There I think are better options that are more economical. What this had, honestly, is the same thing that got me. Really slick video, really nice editing. It was all over social media. Everything about it was slick and polished and well done. And I'm the sucker here. They have $50 of my money. I'm the sucker. But I just wanted to put a service announcement out there, because before I bought this, I looked to see what anybody had to say about it, and there wasn't much. Anyway, take care, and hey, let me know if you need a pen.